Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here. Today's Thursday. There was a dev stream today and I'm going to tell you what I think you really need to know that came out of that dev stream. So here we go. So on the heels of yesterday's tweet, which gave us a sneak for what we presume is going to be the new map for Chapter 10 DLC, they showed this image of the ski lodge with the tagline, "With snow comes darkness, ... Today they put out another tweet that says, "Within darkness lies a legion, ... I'm assuming that tomorrow there will be another tweet that will further explore this new chapter. We see this person staring into a mirror, and well, actually, I'm just gonna, before we break it down, I'm gonna show you the video tease, which is a little bit better than this still image. So this is the video tease that they showed on the dev stream today. So there's your video teaser that they showed on stream today. Now we're going to go back to the still photo from Twitter, and we see the killer staring into the mirror with 4 different faces staring back at them. This seems to indicate what I believe to be a multiple personality disorder killer with possibly different powers for each personality. Not sure if you're going to be able to toggle through the different modes, 4 different modes for this killer based on the personality, or if it's going to be a thing that they're going to tier up as the game progresses depending on certain conditions. Not entirely sure how it's going to work. I think you're probably going to get to choose what mode you put them in. We'll have to wait and see, and thankfully we're not going to have to wait long, because they announced that the public test build is going to be next week, probably Tuesdays when they generally do these things. So I would think it's probably going to be November the 27th where the public test build will reveal the killer and the powers on PC. PC is the testing ground for the new chapters. You will not have the public test build on console as far as I'm aware. We also see in this image that there are names scrawled into the wall here. We have Frank, Joe, Jules, and Susie. Jules could be Julius or Julie, I suppose. And the idea is that these are the names of the 4 different personalities in the mirror. So there's 4 names on the wall, 4 faces in the mirror. It seems to make sense that that would indicate the names of the people, the personalities in the mirror. We'll have to wait and see, of course, but that seems to make the most logical sense. I'm very grateful that they gave us this tease so soon after the other one, so I don't have to listen to everybody trying to make their theories fit for the Overlook Hotel, The Shining, or Until Dawn, the exclusive game on PS4, etc., etc. This seems very clearly to be a original killer, and I know some people think that this has to do with Vigo and Benedict, but I don't believe that's the case, and I'll tell you why. At first I did think that the Hallowed Blight indicated that the next killer we would get would be connected to the Hallowed Blight, but after the Hallowed Blight event ended, they said that they wanted to tell more of this story and the story of the lore of Vigo through these events. So that led me to believe that we were not close to getting Vigo and or Benedict, which we don't even really know if that person in the Hallowed Blight is Benedict, because it doesn't say who found Vigo's journal and injected themselves with the Blight serum. It's assumed to be Benedict, but we don't know that for sure. So I don't think that this person that we see in the mirror has any connection to the Hallowed Blight. I went back and looked at the cinematics from the Hallowed Blight event and compared the cuff of the coat from the person seen in the cinematic in Hallowed Blight to the cuff of the person here in this still photo, and this looks like a modern jacket, a modern knife. When judging by the chairlifts and things like that, I don't think that this killer comes from a time period earlier than the 1960s or 1970s. And the person who found Vigo's information in the Hallowed Blight had previously been in an opium den, which would be in the 1800s. That's a 19th century thing. They also did say that in chapter 11, remember this is chapter 10 we're getting next month, chapter 11 would be the oldest killer by a long shot, quote unquote. So that could be the killer from the 1800s, could be connected to the Hollowed Blight, or the Hollowed Blight killer could be far down the road. But I don't believe that this killer that we see here has anything to do with the Hollowed Blight. They're their own person. So what are we going to call them now? Legion? We are Legion here? We'll see. One thing my son did say to me today was, he goes, well, we know one thing for sure about this chapter. The first letter of this killer's name is T. And I laughed because that's a running joke that Matthew Cote has going on, because they all start with the letter T for the nightmare, the trapper, the hillbilly, etc., etc. So they all start with T, the clown. So here we go. This is what we've got. It's going to be interesting to see what all of the personalities will do in the game. I'm assuming they would have different powers or different buffs and weaknesses dependent on which mode you pick. I'm really wondering how you would trigger these, if you just trigger them at will, or if you're going to have to like go in a mirror to change. I don't think that'll be the case. I think that the killer's already strapped for time, and they don't want to have to be going into a mirror to change modes. We'll see what happens. This looks very cool. I can't wait to see it, and I'm glad that we don't have to wait much longer at all. Let me know, what do you think? Are you super excited to see this? Is a split personality killer interesting to you? It really reminds me of the James McAvoy movie Split, and that there are going, from the names on the wall, it would suggest that there are going to be different gender personalities with this killer. So it looks like a male figure to me. We'll have to see what happens. I do think we're probably due for another female survivor just to keep the numbers even. So I'm just going to guess this is a male killer and a female survivor. We'll have to see what happens. Super excited. Can't wait to see this map and test the whole thing out next week. PTB next week. Oh, a couple other things to announce. If you do want to go back and watch the dev stream today, other than this teaser, it was mostly about the composer of the soundtrack of Dead by Daylight and the senior sound engineer. So if you're an audiophile, you may enjoy that. I recommend you go back and watch the stream. So that was very interesting, especially if you're an audiophile, you'll like it. But there wasn't any other news, really, other than this teaser. They're also expanding the Fog Whisperer program, of which I am one. You see the icon in the corner. Fog Whisperer program expands tomorrow. If you're a content creator, you can feel free to apply. I assume that the information will be on the Dead by Daylight forums tomorrow to apply to be in the Fog Whisperers program. I certainly am very grateful to have been chosen to be one of the 10 pilot Fog Whisperers. I'm beyond words grateful that they chose me for this. It was a real badge of honor for me. And I suppose that since they're furthering the pilot into a broader spectrum, that they feel like it went successfully for the pilot. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm just very grateful that they chose me, and I would welcome anyone else to apply if they feel like they are inclined to do so. Also, the Steam Awards are either on right now or upcoming, and I'm sure Dead by Daylight would appreciate your vote. And I think that's about all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching, as always. And in the theme of the spirit of Thanksgiving, I just want to thank all of you for watching my videos and spending time with me on live streams and putting your eyeballs on this channel when you do. It's pretty crazy that we're on the cusp of reaching 20,000 subscribers. And what I'm thankful for is all of you. So thanks to all of you for watching my content over the last couple of years. And it's just surreal to me that we're approaching a number like 20,000. Surreal to me that Dead by Daylight would reach out to me and ask me to be one of these Fog Whisperers to start the program. And I'm thankful for the game Dead by Daylight because I really like it. and it makes me happy. And I'm sure you all feel the same. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.